Markets are heading into the North American session with a more constructive risk tone after another volatile round of geopolitical headlines overnight. The dollar gave back earlier gains against most major currencies, though dollar yen does remain supported, while U.S. equity futures have recovered steadily off session lows as investors continue leaning toward the view that diplomacy around Iran and the Strait of Hormuz is progressing despite intermittent military flare ups. The latest headlines around U.S. Iran negotiations remain the dominant macro driver. Reports suggest the unfreezing of Iranian assets has emerged as the final major sticking point in talks, with negotiations now focused less on the broader framework of a deal and more on the sequencing of timing of financial concessions. Markets have interpreted this as a constructive signal that the structural contours of an agreement, including ceasefire extensions and nuclear oversight mechanisms, are largely in place, helping to further ease fears around prolonged disruption to global energy flows. Oil prices are well off the panic highs, reinforcing the broader stabilization in risk sentiment. As a result, haven demand for the dollar and gold is moderated through the European morning, while equity index futures have rebounded alongside improving appetite for cyclical and growth sensitive assets. The fact that markets continue to fade geopolitical escalation despite ongoing military exchanges highlights the degree to which investors believe both sides remain incentivized to avoid a broader regional conflict. Looking ahead, the North American session, the focus will remain squarely on geopolitical headlines tied to Doha negotiations and any developments around Hormuz shipping flows. From the economic calendar, markets will also be attentive to upcoming U.S. data releases and Fed commentary for additional clues on the timing and extent of future policy easing, particularly as investors continue balancing resilient U.S. growth against moderating inflation dynamics in a still uncertain global backdrop. That's all for now.